Good morning, everyone. It's me, Darren, here at Madcap Toys, and Kathy, as usual, is over on my left right now.
Folks, happy Labor Day.
Yeah, happy Labor Day, everyone. And we are busy. We are working. The last couple of days have been sort of really good or sort of slow. We had one that was pretty good. Then we had one that was, for some reason, on every site, sort of slow. And I think, what day was that? That was, let's see, today is Sunday. That had to have been Friday night. Friday night just sort of died on us. I mean, it was going okay during the day, but somewhere around 4 or 5 o'clock here in central Indiana, southern Indiana, it just stopped. It came on a little bit later at night, but it's still doing the stop and go thing. But it seems like it's sort of a trend with us that when eBay's main store sort of dies, our other stores are not hitting all the time either. So I don't know if it's a issue because of the season, people are buying school supplies, or what's going on. A lot of people are moving, or the economy is sort of slowing down a little bit here and there. But today's going to be an interesting day. Every one of our stores shut off, or sites that we work with shut off, eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. We did pretty good on that. Madcap Toys Plus, for some reason, was a little bit quiet and dead a little bit this last week. Hopefully it picks up soon. Kathy's about ready to upgrade it here this month. Yes. So it'll be moving to the next level. So that'll be good. Hopefully we increase sales there, because I know she's going to be working on it a lot more.
When it starts at starter than basic, but I'm jumping to basic because the starter level is not worth 5 seconds.
Okay, so she's going to jump basically 2 levels up, right? Am I reading it right?
It'd be going to basic, which is the second tier.
Second tier.
1,000 items.
1,000 item listing. So that'll help out a little bit, hopefully, in the sales area and department. But we've got also something that we wrote down. I wrote down several questions that I was asked, or comment by CM Retro Gaming. So make sure to check out his channel and his videos and see what he's up to and what he's doing, guys. Give him a comment and show him a little bit of love as you can. And it's basically, he's asking us to sum up. Yeah, if you want to read the question, come on up here.
Question.
Yeah.
Hey folks, Kathy here, Madcap Toys. Happy Labor Day. Okay. CM Retro Gaming said, exact words, if someone you know wanted to get into reselling and they know absolutely nothing about reselling, what would be a few tips or 3 tips that you would give that person? All right, Darren.
Okay, stay around. Don't leave me.
I won't leave.
Don't leave. I'm up here. I get scared.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay, guys. He asked for 3. I started writing them down, and I actually come up with about 8. But these are going to be a various little twists here and there, and it's just a few things for you to think about as sellers. And guys, if you're a seller and I don't mention something, or Kathy is quiet and doesn't mention something, or we've maybe missed something, or you've got a whole idea that could really help out some new sellers, and maybe some of us older sellers, veteran sellers, be sure to put it in the comments below, because comments like this is where we can help each other out. Hopefully CM will take and sit there and give us a few comments as well, or ideas, because a lot of times all you guys that are out there, fellow sellers, you just knock it out of the park. You guys just hit it so well, and we really appreciate your thoughts, your ideas, your comments. And I appreciate CM talking to us about this. But the first thing I come up with, and again, remember, this is a little bit more than he asked for, but what I put up on first was something that I come up with years ago, Kathy come up with. We sort of brainstormed a little bit, and we thought, because at the time, eBay was sort of a new thing in the 90s and early 2000s, right? Yeah. Just come in the market, just bam, there it goes. Nobody knew how, where, when it was going to go, but it was coming on. People started to make money. They used to do videos all the time, how to make a living on eBay, how much this person or that person made or sold on eBay. They showed various people back in the day what people were doing. Nowadays, eBay does a lot of fluff and stuff, and they sort of promote whoever they're promoting at the time. I'll just leave it at that. But the first thing I would do, if I was starting out as a new seller, your opinion may be different, make sure to put it down the comments down there. What I would do is I would try to figure out, what am I going to sell? What will I sell? The reason I say that, guys, is when I started and Kathy started, we took and we had a box of coins like this big,
a jar,
yep. And I just kept buying them because I like to collect. I'd throw coins in there every so often if I found them, or if I went to a little collector booth and bought them, or just doing a little something, you know, just to do it. And I said, babe, I don't think we can do that because, you know, I just got this, and, you know, these guys on there, they're selling thousands of this, that, and the other thing, and I don't have thousands of it. I'm poor, you know. So you know, we started out, she put it on there, she said, let me do that. I said, okay, go ahead and try. I just hope we don't lose our shirt, because at the time we wasn't doing real well financially. The Southern Indiana economy really sucked, and the jobs were just all low wage to no wage jobs. So we did. All of a sudden we started making money here, there, the other thing. They just kept rolling in. We put on something, somebody'd buy it, be a good deal, great sales. Within our second year, we moved up to about $70-some thousand. By our third year, we was making $151,000, but it's because we found us a thing to do. And that's very important. What is the thing, the niche that you will do? Yeah. And I put here as a part A on that question is, do you want to be a niche seller, or do you want to be a roundabout seller, where you sell about everything? You go to a yard sale, like we have several channels we see and a couple that we watch that sell whatever they can find at a good deal or price. Or then you got the other guys that we watch, they sell what they like, and that's fine. Do you want to sell games? Do you want to sell trading cards? Do you want to sell coins and currency? Do you want to sell toys? Whatever the case is, do you want to sell garage sale items, yard sale items? It doesn't matter, but make a plan before you step in here. Now, if you sell something that you've got in your house or your garage or a shed, that's fine too. I'm not saying you got to know all this to start with, but that's a good idea to start thinking if you want to start doing this as a side niche or as a full-time job. So keep that in mind. The next one here that I asked, that led into that a little bit, was, am I going to sell online? And I'm talking primarily about eBay, but now we've got Mercari, Poshmark, whatnot, various other sites. You know, these are the ones we deal with. Am I going to sell full-time or part-time? This question here is very important for you new sellers, because you need to determine right when you're ready to go, are you going to start out as a part-time seller and hope to move over to a full-time seller? Or are you just going to do it part-time because you have a nice job, you got nice benefits, and you're just wanting to get a few things out of the, let's say, the shed? Or you want to go and you see a good deal at a yard sale and you've Googled something, you look it up on your phone and say, hey, they're selling that for $3, I can sell it for $300. Right. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but you need to know what is your aim. And yes, you can start out part-time, guys, and go full-time, because more often than not, people start out part-time and they move into full-time.
We did the same thing.
Yeah, anything.
We did not quit our jobs the day we sold enough money to pay the water bill. It was like baby steps at the time.
Baby steps. Yeah. Baby steps. Yeah. All right. Have I missed anything so far?
No, you're good.
Okay. Then the next question I got also has a couple addendums, part A and B. Do I have access to sources? This is number 3, access to sources. This is the key that a seller has to think about before you start doing anything, unless you're starting with what you have in your collection or in your shed, in your garage. Because if you don't have a way to where you can go think about going to get inventory, nowadays is a little bit easier than it was, because a lot of people go to Goodwills, a lot of people go out and start yard selling, they'll go garage selling, they'll do various flea markets, all kinds of things. But you've got to think, do I have those sources close and at home? Do I have people that maybe I can take and just buy wholesale lots off them per se, like pallet bin place that we work with a lot of times, and others may also. Or are you going to just take what you have, get rid of it, and shut down? We know people that's done that because they don't want to put the time and effort. And we've got people that are what I call part-time gatherers. They'll go out during, let's say, the summer, look around like a little squirrel. They'll pick up all those nuts, bring them back home. They'll just sit on them, and they think, hey, we'll keep that for a rainy day if we lose a job or what have you. We'll use that to try to make us a little bit more income during that time. And again, something a lot of people don't think about, where and when and how will I get my supplies. We're going to be talking about supplies a little bit more later on in this subject here, but that's something you need to think about. Where can you get your supplies? You're going to need paper to write down sales, perhaps.
Right.
You're going to need printing ribbon to print out the labels,
Or
perhaps, or
thermal printer.
Thermal printer.
We're not needing.
Yeah, you're going to need to worry about, well, you don't have to worry about the ink for the thermal printers, but we used to have a couple of printers back in the day. Think we've been doing this 24 heading to 25 years, where we'd have to buy literal ink cartridges. Those things can bankrupt you fast. But you have to keep all this in mind. Am I going to get my boxing supplies? Where am I going to get my wrap for my product, my filler for my box? What kind of boxes are you going to use? Are you going to need, let's say, like I said, bubble mailers? What else would you think, Kathy? Anything that I missed? Just these are just quick topic items.
And everybody has a differ when it comes to shipping supplies,
Yeah.
how they want to pack, what they want to do.
Yeah. I know some sellers use paper. Some sellers use newspaper recycling that they basically do, or they'll buy paper and wad it in there. I don't like paper. I feel it's nasty, but I do use bubble wrap. But again, that paper thing, if I have it and I use it, that's fine, but I don't like it a lot, because to me, I like things to feel protected and solid and secure. You may disagree. I understand. That's fine. No harm, no foul. If you do, put it in the comments below and let us know why you like paper better than, let's say, bubble wrap. Okay, the next thing to know, and this is an important one, how large of a store or a online presence do you want to have?
Right.
Back in the day, Kathy and I started out eBay, went to Mercari, or not Mercari, went to Yahoo, went to, at one time, I think I was on 15 to 16 different sites.
Yes.
I even owned a couple of sites.
And we own bidzinger.com.
Yeah, we did. We owned bidzinger.com and all that, and it just got a lot of headaches because of having to keep the online security, presence, all that stuff, and advertising. And we did good on it. We made some sales, but here's the deal. How big of a footprint do you want to put online, and what's the plan? Again, that will determine from you back in the day if you want to be a part-time. That's fine. If you want to be full-time, then you have to start asking yourself, how big do I want to be? How much do I want to put myself out there? Because let's face it, when you put things out like this, a lot of times you'll get people, no matter what, you'll get somebody every so often that'll ridicule something you say because they don't watch it, they just have advice. I had just a little bit back, I had somebody say, hey, you ought to do this, do that. Guys, if you don't sell, how do you know what I ought to do? Right? And that's the thing that I didn't write down. If you're a seller, make sure you talk to fellow sellers. Communicate with your community. Communicate with friends if you got them here local. Or if you deal with channels like us, feel free to ask questions, because if we don't answer, we've got a lot of good, knowledgeable sellers that have been on here for a long time doing it themselves. And we encourage them even to answer you in the comments. Because guys, there's sometimes we may miss something, or we may not see it because let's say we get a comment at 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, maybe we're in bed or shipping, packing for the day, especially during the holiday hours, but somebody off in California or Hawaii or Alaska might see it, and they can answer it, and they know as much as we do. And a lot of times we'll make a comment or just give a thumbs up or let them know that we've seen it so that they know we are interacting. But if somebody said something, we really appreciate it, but if they said something, it covers the bases. There's no sense to take and re-say what they've said, right? You guys understand that, I think.
Yeah.
But that's a question you need to ask yourself first and foremost after you get through all these other things. How much do I want to sell online? Where do I plan to sell? What sites am I going to sell on? I've got a friend that we talked to the other day, Travis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He, I won't say he met us at the Chinese restaurant, but we was there and we talked to him. We was there with our son, our granddaughter, Adeline, our little baby. We sat there and we was talking to them, eating dinner. He came up, I went up and I said, hey, Travis, how you doing? He used to own an online, what do you call it? Flea market, right?
No, it was
well, it wasn't online, but it was a
brick and
store.
mortar,
Brick and
yeah.
mortar
Brick
flea
and mortar
market.
flea
We used to
market.
support a lot and do a lot of buying and what have you there.
Yeah.
And we really missed it. We miss him having it, but things changed. And so you have to adapt and evolve, right?
Right.
But we went and talked to him, and he's said, hey, what are you doing? How are you doing that? And sort of like that. And it's like, well, we're now selling here here, here, and here. And we encourage them to get into our Facebook group for eBay, the reseller community for eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, whatnot, whatever it is, right? Because you can talk about anyone on that one. Then Kathy also has a whatnot reseller group, and it's growing leaps and bounds. We appreciate that. I said, but you can get in there, you can ask questions, you can make comments, you can say, hey, I like this idea, this is what I'm planning to do, have you tried this, whatever the case may be. That's a good place, good resource, because we got a lot of good people like Brenda and her husband. They sit there and they help us out a lot. We've got people like Jordan, he helps us out. We've got various people that come and check out the group, and they leave comments here and there. And then once every Thursday, once a week, we have people put on videos if they got it, or you can show any day of the week something you're listing online that you plan to sell, you know, or what you're putting out, something cool, hopefully, because that gets a lot of attention. But, you know, there's ways to help each other. And if you're a new seller, feel free to join us, because we'd be happy to help educate you a little bit. And if we can't, we know we have people that can.
And just to add in, also on the reseller community, you can also put a link every Thursday of your any store you'd like.
Yes. So if you got an eBay store or two, you can link each one of your stores in the comment section, and we take, and Kathy especially does it, takes, and we have people doing that every week. And if you sell on Mercari, show one of your items off Mercari, because they don't have a store really. We call it a store, but they don't have a store system. If you sell on Poshmark, likewise. Whatever the case is, wherever you're listing, whatever you're doing, just show people what you're doing, because that does get attention. Now here's something, a lot of people, when they do these discussions, and we will show you what we've sold today, I promise you that. But when we do these discussions, a lot of people don't talk about this. Do you have a pricing plan? In other words, do you have a formula to think, what do I need to get out of a product that I purchased, considering minus what you're paying, right? Considering minus what you're paying for product to ship the item, right? And supplies. But do you have a plan? What is going to be your pricing scheme, your pricing idea? If you buy something at $3, I know some people that'll sell it at $6. Or I also know people that sell something at $3, because I've seen them. They'll sell it for $30, depending on what it says it will go for, maximum pricing, thereabouts, at or on eBay primarily. Now, here's another thing. Some people that I know that buy things, let's say for $3, and they see something is up to, let's say, $39, they'll take and they'll say, okay, I'm going to sell this up there, but I'm going to put mine at $36.98 or $36 or whatever, because they want to undercut the other guys. Do you have a plan like that, or are you going to go right up to where you think you might get the most money? Right. So keep that pricing scheme and plan in mind. And then also, you're going to have to think, how are you going to handle shipping? This is number 7. We're almost done here. How are you going to handle shipping, and what do I need? All right. Are you going to be able to do shipping yourself every day if you have it going every day? That's why a lot of people don't do next day shipping. They'll do 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days on average. But whatever the scheme is that you have, or plan that you have, how are you going to deal with shipping? Is it all going to be on you? Do you work second shifts? Do you work days? Do you work third shifts? Do you work days? I mean, that's really important that you ask yourself these fundamental questions starting out when you're wanting to get a new store going, because somebody's going to have to ship a product. One thing I don't like about Mercari, and I'm going to just hit them right here. We'll probably get a message from them. When somebody says you got 3 days, let's say, to ship an item, I've had people take literally 2 weeks to ship me an item. If that thing isn't shipped out in 3 days, we ought to automatically be giving buyers back their money. We don't have that problem 99% of the time, but the sale ought to be canceled, because when you buy an item and you're telling me I'll get it in 3 days shipped out, it shouldn't take 2 weeks, 14 days to ship it out. So you as a seller need to think, if you're selling on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, etc., what am I going to do for shipping? Because if people buy off you, they want to get that product within the allotted time slot you've said they'll get the product. Now, I'm not talking about delivery, because that's on the UPS or UPS USPS or whoever, FedEx, that's on their scheme of things. You can't handle, I can't handle. But what you're saying out, if you say you're going to ship it in 3 days, have it out in 3 days, right?
One thing to quip on that.
Come on.
I would say 3 business days.
Yeah.
Because, like, for instance, Labor Day, you could buy something on a Friday night. You can't expect a seller to get it out on Monday morning when the post office is
right.
closed.
Well, that's sort of, that goes without sort of saying, because you and I can't handle, they can't handle.
Correct, but
what's
still,
up with the
3
system,
business
right?
days would be-
3 business days usually works for us, by and large, the best, because if you put something at 2 days, somebody buys something, you're already a day down. They count it from that minute as 1 day, which eBay's sort of screwed up on that. But also, one thing you're going to have to know, what do I need? That goes into the shipping supplies we've talked about and covered a little bit there. But you need to think, what are you going to be selling? Are you going to be selling DVDs? Do you need media mailers? Do you need bubble padded mailers? Do you need 6x6 boxes, 6x8x6 boxes, or 4x4x4, or whatever the case box is?
If you're selling records, you're going to need record mailers.
Yeah.
You're going to sell comics, you need Gemini comic mailers.
Right. So that's very important. But the good thing about today, don't let all this blow your mind, guys, is there are so many more suppliers available online that you can find that can help save your bacon. Because when we started out, all you had was, well, was it Walmart, Kmart, UPS, and the post office, pretty much.
Yeah, really, in our area, we didn't have UPS.
Yeah, we didn't have UPS for a long time, a hub where we was at, unless you traveled like 40 miles to do it, which we didn't do. So most everything went priority mail or via the post office in first class, whatever at the time.
Right.
And then finally, you need to ask yourself, do I really intend to do this? This is a big one. People see you're making money, they think you're making money hand over fist, and they don't realize. I had a brother, a family member, sit there. He thinks, man, you make all kinds of money, but he don't see the work behind it. He thinks all we do is go out, have fun, buy yard sales, buy toys, buy equipment, buy this, buy that, but they don't see the work behind it. They don't see, for instance, if you go and work on a Cummins diesel engine, it's great that the engine works and runs good in the vehicle or the truck that you put it in, but they don't see the person taking and put in all the details that make that engine work.
Right.
Well, that's the same way it is with us, eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark sellers, etc. They don't see the details that go into it, all the products you got to get, all the time you list, all the ifs, ands, and buts that go into that. They see a lot of the results. They see how you live. They see your free time, if you call that. Me and Kathy never really have a lot of free time.
Nope.
We're always looking. Yesterday we went and looked, and we spent a couple hours doing it, or 2.5. We got something to eat, and we had a good day, but it was work because we wheeled and dealed. And I got 2 whole sets of cassettes and CDs and DVDs. So a lot of times they see what they think is fun. They see all of what they think is fun until you really do it. And then they don't realize that a lot of that so-called fun is work. I enjoy it, but a lot of people don't, because they're like, oh, this is just such a drag all the time. I never have me time. Dude, if you're going to be an online seller, you're not going to have a lot of free time a lot of times.
Like today.
Yeah.
Sunday, I've got all my things we take with work, which is no complaint. And Monday, I have to find 3 pending orders plus.
And I'm listing.
It's like, you don't have you don't have it.
So another thing, I'm listing and answering questions. And a lot of people don't see that behind the scenes jobs that you have to do. It's not just all up here on the video, here we are, prime time. There's a lot of work that goes into it, because without the work, we don't have the results, right?
Sure.
If you don't work, you don't get results. Sure. And then finally, are you willing, as a potential seller, future seller, are you willing to put your time, energy, and money and life into this? Now look, if you're just wanting to sell an item on eBay from your garage or your shed or from your barn or from your closet or your collection that you've got, that's fine. That's a little different. But if you're really going to do this and want to do it full time, eventually your collection and items run out, right? So are you willing to do this? Are you willing to do the homework? There are days Kathy will sit there and say, okay, here's what we got on the weekend. she'll write down a list of yard sales and garage sales.
Yep.
She'll sit there and say, okay, this one's here, this one's here, this one's here. We'll try to find the most dynamic route to where we can just do it and hopefully make a circle and come back. A lot of times, though, we're doing this.
Yep.
And back, you know. Depends on the time frame and what we're doing and what's all going on. And if we get calls, because we have some people, hey, I'm doing a yard sale. Can you come see me? It's going to be open till 5 o'clock. We've had it literally where we're in the car and somebody will call us.
Yep.
And we'll say, yes, we'll be there, but we won't make it till this. Can you wait on us? Yes, I'll wait on you. All right, we'll be there. We never hardly ever have let somebody down, but if we do, because something's happened that is beyond our control, we try to give them a call back as quick as we can. But anyway, guys, think about this. Kathy may have a few things to add to it here, but then she's going to show you those items that we sold. I thank you. Give me your comments on this. This is very important, and please help us help someone else.
All right. Hey folks, Kathy here, Madcap Toys. Yeah, you're back in the toy barn. I hope you're doing fantastic and happy Labor Day to you guys. We're filming this on a Sunday. You're going to see this on a Monday on Labor Day.
Oh, this is September, by the way.
Yeah, happy September.
Yeah.
Notice wearing some fall gear here. I know, criticize me, let me know in the comments, but we're only about 19 days away from the first day of fall, so had to do it. I'm enjoying the last night of being 50-some degrees. So
okay, I got one question. How many days is it September? I put 31, but I don't think that's right.
That's not right. I'm racing it right now. 30 days, half September, April, June, and November.
I looked at it. I always put 31. I don't know why, except in February. But I was like, that don't look
right. So guys, as you know, this is the last month of the third quarter, right? Woohoo! So this is the time to get things ready for 4th, getting everything sourced, ready, listed, skewed, and
back
prepared.
To the 14-hour days.
Back to the 14-hour days. Holidays coming. People are going to want their stuff. So yeah, as you guys know, we're getting things sourced. Brenda, you showed us what you've got ready for the 4th quarter. That's exciting. And like I said, we've gotten some stuff in, but just preparing for that month. Also making sure too that you've got enough shipping supplies for that 4th quarter if you get so busy. I made sure that I've got all mine in place right now with some bubble wrap and stuff.
Are we boxed good this year or not?
As far as shipping supplies?
Yeah.
Pretty good, but you know what? If we start having massive sales, it could turn upside down otherwise.
A little bit slow, but yet we're up.
We're gonna do it. Listing results, of course, we just started today. Nothing yet, but I think Daren's still thinking we're gonna be able to do 9,000
last. That's the goal. We is at 46.98.
46.98 in listing for last month. We knew we weren't gonna make it, but that's okay because we're in a new start. Madcap Toys Plus is going to be starting to bulk up and get a basic store as of today. So got some stuff in drafts I'm just gonna launch once I get that all figured out. But yeah, we've begun. But before you begin with me, if you haven't already, what are you doing? Subscribe to the Madcap Toys family. We want you to be a part of us. Also, hit that bell for all notifications because each and every time we upload content, of course, you're going to be the first to know, and you know we love comments. Thank you so much for that. Let's get to it, guys. So we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 items on eBay The Godfather, Poshmark, Mercari, Madcap Toys Plus.
And you got 3 in reserve, I think, that we haven't gotten
yet.
So
we had 3 pending orders. I told Daren, I said, let's get these on video today because for those 3 orders, I'm going to have to do lots and lots of digging. Shame on us for not getting those skewed properly because that would have been fast. But hey, it's a learning process and what we continue to do. So we're going to continue to make it right as things go. All right, so let's get to it, shall we? We shall. We're going to start out with Poshmark. Let's go on with Poshmark. I still have a couple pending orders to find there, but we did find a couple from there. First one up, and it was found on the bottom of the Kathy shelf. I hope you can see it. I love it. Let's take it out. Can we take a minute? Can we take a minute?
Is that a thermos, Angel?
It is a funtainer, Daren. It's a food jar.
Okay, so
like this is what you do. So
chicken noodle soup or something?
Yeah. Okay. I wish I had this as a kid, man. Yeah. Could you imagine? So it's a thermos. It's from Thermos. It says hot and cold. How many ounces? I can't hardly read it. 16 ounces. 5 hours for hot, 7 hours for cold.
Awesome.
That's good, right? And then they just basically pop it open like this, a child can. And then, of course, it has a built-in spoon you can take out, unfold, and use. But then, of course, you know, mom or dad can sit there and open it up like this and pouring whatever it is, ravioli soup and the like. Has the instructions in here. And yeah, it's great for those hot or cold meals, right? Could keep a little dessert, maybe some banana pudding pie or something in there for the kid.
With that picture on it, because you know, being a dude. But,
being a dude, but you know, girls.
I would have loved to have one of those as a kid, because man, some days your food goes.
We got these from a Target pallet, so you know what? If I got some more funtainers, I'm ready. Yeah. I love these things. These are fantastic, enjoyable. So yeah, we sold one of these, and yeah, it was in plastic, meaning it never got out. You know, Target folks never got it out.
Right.
They kept it in here. And I think I have maybe about 3 or 4 more. I don't know exact, because this is on Poshmark. You know, I'd have to dig for quantity, so we're not going to take the time for that, at least as of this moment. But yeah, Thermos Kids Frozen 2 Funtainer Food Jar, 10 ounce with spoon. And it's sold to Emmy's Gems. Thank you so much. For $15 free ship.
Wow.
Very, very good.
That's nice.
Going out to you in the AM, Emmy. Thanks so much. And then, I love these. These are actually, I got these from also a Target pallet. I believe I have 8 more pairs.
Yeah.
And they were found upstairs in our storage area there. This is the Hanes Men's Super Value Tagless Boxer Briefs 10-pack assorted color size. Medium. And these are going out to Patrick. Hey there. Thank you so much, Patrick. Brand new and sealed. For $19 free ship.
Awesome.
Very, very good. Going out
Well,
to you.
people are taking advantage of that free ship, aren't they?
And I'm liking it because, you know, we've had some of these for a while, so it's good to get those out because, you know, holidays are coming. Maybe you just needed some more briefs, right? Who knows? Like I said, 2 more pending on Posh, but we're not going to talk about those today. So we're going to go over to Mercari. We had a bundle happen on Mercari. And it's 3 little ones. I'm not going to bring them all out here, but you'll get the gist of it. It's the same figure. So this gentleman bought 3 of the same Hero Clicks. 2 have the yellow base. The other one has the red base. These are all Sentinel Troopers. Sentinel Troopers. And this bundle sold for $13.50 plus
shipping to boot.
And it was sold to Backlash 1. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I'm curious if he's going to use them in a game to just show off, sort of put in a studio or something.
Maybe he has a Sentinel Trooper display.
Or he could be doing a video with them. They're used in a lot of different ways.
Very much so. All right, now we have 1 pending order on eBay. Again, it's a pair of pants. I gotta do some more digging. I must have put it in the wrong bag, tote, etc. So lots of digging for me to do today in the next couple days. But we're gonna move forward on eBay here. We've had this for a while, and it is sealed. Look, guys, sealed. I would say by the mint, correct?
Yeah, I used to have I think 4 of those. I think that's the last one, right?
I'm assuming so.
Yeah, but they all come in those sealed, airtight plastic holders, whatever you want to call it. But they was in a little a grouping. Okay. And I just cut them out as I sewed them.
All right, and this is Canada 1989 $5 silver coin Elizabeth II, 0.9999 sealed, uncirculated, going out to Aaron. Thank you so much, Aaron. And it sold for $41.45.
Right, now, you know the difference between the Canadian silver and the U.S. silver?
No, I do not.
Okay, the U.S. currently goes up to 3/9 fine, as far as I remember.
Okay.
Canada went to 4.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if the U.S. has moved to 4 yet, because I know there was some talk and stuff about that. But I haven't been buying a whole lot of the modern coinage silver. So, you know, I don't know if they've moved up there or not.
Right, understood. Pallet items sell. Have you noticed that? I just keep pulling them out. These look so comfy. Don't they look comfy?
Yeah.
Could you see Daren wearing these to, you know,
warm feet. My dad actually had a collar like that.
He did. He also had a robe like this too. But I only have 1 more of these after this one. Yeah. We've sold all the ones we've had. This is from a Target pallet, of course. Fuzzy Baba's men's low cut socks. Red plaid buffalo check from size large to extra large. Diane used the 15% off Madcap August 24 coupon. Of course, you know, that's over with as of today, as you guys know. Something Daren and I are going to have a meeting about on what to do for this month. And this pair sold for $9.99.
Really nice. Those are really nice looking little booties or whatever you call them.
Beautiful. And like, if you're new to the channel, we paid roughly $3 for the pair. Yeah. So.
And see, that's really a good example of what we was talking about. How are you going to price? You know, that's a big thing.
It is. It really, really is. All right, and Daren's albums are starting to move along. This is a really, really nice one that Daren got in a lot.
Yeah. Everybody likes Atkins, dude.
Don't you guys have an affiliation, or your mom did affiliation with Chet Atkins? Yeah. You're related to Chet Atkins?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can't tell you how. Mom and Grandma explained it to me 900 times, but I don't know.
So Daren's got a connection with a couple of local celebrities. So Chet Atkins is one, and then Bobby Helms.
And the Fly Boys.
And the Fly Boys.
The boys that did the airplane.
The Wright brothers, yes. He's connected with the Wright brothers on his mom's side, but also Bobby Helms that sang Jingle Bell Rock in the Christmas time.
I like him.
He is was local here in Martinsville. His wife is still here, and yes, he is cousins.
Yes, cousins.
Cousins to Bobby Helms. So there you go. Did not know that when we met. I had no clue.
We got a few people, don't we?
A few people. All right, so Chet Atkins Workshop RCA Victor 33-inch LP found upstairs in our record album area, we want to call it. Going out to Dan. Thank you so much, Dan, for $7.98.
Awesome.
There you go. And like we had mentioned earlier in the tape, I use the I believe I get them from Supply Hut, those cardboard record mailers, and what I do is I bubble wrap the outside to make sure it's secure, and then stick them in the cardboard mailer. It folds over like this. I tape around it a couple times, put our sticker on it, thermal label, boom, it's ready to go.
Yep.
Protected, right? For sake of not any kind of damage. All right, and next up from the My Little Pony, this is when Kathy was sourcing a lot of these from the movie that they had. This is the My Little Pony Guardians of Harmony cheese sandwich.
That makes me hungry.
Cheese sandwich. Yeah, we haven't eaten lunch yet. Cheese sandwich party tank. It's so cute and cool. And it was found on Justin Shelf 4. Going out to Michael. Hey there, Michael. Thank you so much. For $29.99.
Good deal.
Yeah, because this has been going on. I don't know. Did I write the year? No, I didn't write the year. But I think it's from 2016. So think about it. This is already about what, 8 years old?
Almost a decade. Yeah, it's too shy.
Yeah. Who would have thought, right? But yeah, right here, and yeah, it's something that people are looking for if you're collecting My Little Pony, especially in box. Going on to you in the AM, Michael. Thank you. But we are not done. And then also last night I come out here to look for this. Daren and I bought these, I think, I sourced them from some company, some manufacturing company. We had bought a bunch when we were starting our brick and mortar store back in 2015, our latest one we had.
I don't even think they're in business anymore.
The supplier? Probably not. I don't know. I haven't checked. It's been a while. 2011 Transformers Dark of the Moon Cyberforce Bumblebee Mobile Battle Bunker. Can you say that fast 3 times?
No.
I can't. And we have 2 of these left. And it's going out to Kalel. Thank you so much, Kalel. For $17.59. Awesome. So we did have a higher price on some of these back in the day.
Yes.
It just didn't work out. So, yeah.
Well, they started out coming out new, and they started out up at the market was starting at $59 and change.
Yeah,
they have slowly but surely come down because it's just those were not the preferred ones at the time.
All right, and lastly, at least for this video, we sold another one.
Yes, we did.
Target palette. This is from the Piccolina Trailblazer Frida Kahlo plush doll. Get it together one of these days, right? New with tag, sealed in plastic, sealed, like never fell out, nothing. It's vacuum sealed there. And I have 18 more of these left. So, you know, we started out at 22, so it's going down. And it sold to Christy. Hey there, Christy. Thank you so much. for $9.99 plus
Shipping to boot.
shipping to boot. All right, so 9 items going out in the Tuesday AM, and yes, I've got 3 pending orders I gotta find for the next video. So
And I got a yard to mow.
and Daren's got a yard to mow. So guys, we're not gonna keep you to it. I think we've done everything we said we were gonna do. I'm gonna pack these up today and then go searching for the few more that we need to start for the next time. But until next time, and I hope you've had a fabulous Labor Day weekend and you've grilled all you can grill and having so much fun. Start your September with a smile, and until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.